we're going to be learning about the different elements and parts of the Excel screen. Let's start at the top. Our first ribbon is the File ribbon, and in this ribbon we do all the basic functions of Excel: new, open, save, and to print. To return back to our spreadsheet, we click on the arrow on the left. The next ribbon is your Home ribbon. This ribbon will be used to format your spreadsheets. All the most commonly held functions are held on the Home ribbon. Your Insert ribbon allows you to insert charts as well as pivot tables when you're reporting with big databases. You then have a Page Layout ribbon. On this ribbon, you will use this to set up your page before you print. In your Formulas ribbon, you will have all your built-in functions in Excel. For example, if I clicked on the date and time option, I can choose the function now and push my enter key, and it will create today's date. In our Data ribbon, we have all the options for working with databases, for example, to sort and to filter big databases. In your Review ribbon, it contains all the options to check your spelling and add comments, which we will learn in a later level. The View ribbon will allow you to change the view of your open spreadsheets on the Excel screen. Over here we have what we refer to as column headings: column A, column B, and column C. On our left we have what we refer to as a row: row 1, row 2, row 3. A single block in Excel is referred to a cell, often referred to first by its column and then by its row. For example, we would be on A3, cell A3. A collection of various different cells would be referred to as a range. Further down our screen we have sheets. Sheet 1, Sheet 2, Sheet 3. We would be clicking on the plus here to add new sheets. And once you save this file, it will save all the sheets. Of course, you can also give these sheets names. We're going to learn how to navigate and move around the Excel screen, as well as how to select cells, columns, and rows. Let's start with the navigation. To move from cell to cell, you need to push your Enter key. You may also use your arrow keys on your keyboard to move left or right, or up and down. You could also use your Tab key to move one cell at a time. You can also push Control G, which is Control Go, and specify the cell reference. For example, if I wanted to move to column A, row 400, I would type in underneath reference and click on OK. It would then navigate me to that cell. When you work with big spreadsheets, you want to quick and easily move up to the first cell in the spreadsheet, and in order to do this you need to go Control and Home on your keyboard. That will return you to cell A1. You have sheets 1, 2, and you can add more by clicking on the plus key. To navigate between these sheets, you would use your arrows on your left and right. This will move you one sheet to the left, and this will move you one sheet to the right. To move on your screen, you could use your up and down navigation keys on your scroll bar on the right-hand side of your screen. That will move you up, and this arrow over here will move you down your screen. This arrow over here will move you left and right. Next, we're going to learn how to select cells in Excel. To select an entire column, you need to click on the column letter. For example, click on the B to select column B. To select more than one column, click on the B and drag your mouse to the left or to the right. To select an entire row, click on the 1, 2, 3. For example, click on the 1 and drag down to select multiple rows. More than one cell is referred to as a range. In order to select a range, you need to click into the middle of the cell with your white cross and drag across and down. This is referred to as selecting a range. When you highlight, you may also use your keyboard. For example, your Shift and your arrow to the right, or your Shift and your arrow down. A short way of selecting a large amount of data is to go Control Shift arrow across and Control Shift arrow down. That will select your entire range. In order to select the whole spreadsheet, you can click in on that little triangle on the left of A and above the 1. That will select the entire spreadsheet. In this unit, we're going to learn the basics of creating a worksheet. Cells are basic building blocks of a spreadsheet. It allows you to calculate, analyze, and organize data. Cells can contain different types of context. It could be text, it could be formatting, it could be a formula, or even a function. Let's type something in cell A1. If you realize you've made a mistake, how would you edit the cell? This can be done in two different ways. Let's click back on cell A1. If you were to edit, we could edit in your formula bar. You would just click there, make your correction and enter. Alternatively, you could double click. This will take your cursor into the cell and we could correct that way. You need to be very careful about the way you capture numbers in Excel. For example, I'm going to type 4,000, but separate the thousands with a comma, and then just type 4,000 without the comma. As you can see, the top number is on the left-hand side of the cell, and the bottom number is on the right-hand side of the cell. The top number is considered text in Excel. If I were to try and do a formula with it, you would get the hash value error. As this is not a value, Excel considers it text. The bottom number, however, is considered a number, and you will learn how to format numbers in a later module, so just be aware of that. The same would apply for dates. Let's click in cell E1 and control semicolon. That's a shortcut to put in today's date. As you can see, this date is on the right-hand side of the cell, and you'll see that it's in month, day, year format. Let's type it the other way around. For example, for this particular one, I've typed it in year, day, month format, and as you can see, it sits on the left-hand side of the cell. This is not considered a date. Again, you would not be able to do formulas with this particular date, as Excel considers it text. So that's just something to be aware of when you are capturing your data. Let's look at the autofill handle. In H1, I'm going to type Monday. Now, if you were to be capturing days of the week, instead of typing it manually, I would give it an example. Go to the right-hand corner and place your mouse on it. It becomes a black plus and drag downwards. And as you can see, it fills the days of the week. Let's try months. Another way to do it would be to get your black plus in the corner, and you could double click as a shortcut. What about dates? Let's use control semicolon again. And as you can see, it changes from the 4th to the 5th to the 6th to the 7th. Also, if you were to do numbers in a sequence, if I just were to type a 1 and I drag down, it will just repeat the same number. So in order to make it go 1, 2, 3, 4, I need to give it a sample. Let's type 1 and 2. Then you need to select both into the corner and double click. And as you can see, it fills by example. So here we have text and we have numbers. The other type of context would be a formula. So let's type in 10, 20, and 30. And let's add up these numbers using our auto sum button. Enter. As you can see, the answer appears on the spreadsheet, but if I look in the formula bar, it will show you what the formula is. This is a formula, and it's using Excel's built-in auto sum function. Also, you may notice that you've got a formulas tab. Let's click on that. Here are Excel's built-in functions. I could also go to date and time, for example, and choose the function now, and OK. And this is your date and time, which is dynamic. In other words, tomorrow the date will change. And this is a built-in function, as you can see up here in the formula bar. Formatting options are normally on your home ribbon. And over here I would shade it. Perhaps on this cell, change text color, change the size, and change the font style. So as you can see, cells can have built-in functions, formulas, text, and numbers. Let's highlight everything and push delete. Can you see that the formatting was not removed? What if I wanted to remove everything, the formatting and the formulas, and as well as the numbers? On your home ribbon, you have something called clear. You can choose to clear all. That will clear all the numbers, all the dates, and all the formatting. I could just clear the formatting only. That will leave the data. Or clear the contents, which will leave the formatting. So in our case, I want to clear all. That will remove both formatting and the actual content as well.